Welcome to Wantirna South. Wantirna South has a population of 19,271 as of the 2016 census. Postcode 3152. Area 5.2 square miles or 13.4 square kilometers. It is located 25 kilometers from Melbourne CBD. Local government is City of Knox. State electorate is Ferntree Gully and federal division is Aston. The surrounding suburbs are Vermont South, Wantirna, Bayswater, Boronia, Knoxville, Scoresby, Glen Waverley. Wantirna South used to be generally orchards like 80 years ago, but then in the late, I think in the 1920s, the demand for housing grew, and now the housing development is actually increasing in the area. Wantirna South has a number of known establishments. The first is the headquarters of the Knox City Council. The second is the Westfield Knox Shopping Centre. That shopping centre is where the Knox Ozone is. Ozone is the popular night spot containing pub, restaurants, clubs, and cinema. It is also where the Knox Police Complex is. And another establishment in Wantirna South is a skate park, which is located near the shopping center. Some schools that are located in the suburb are the Knox Gardens Primary School, Knox Central Primary School, Knox Park Primary School, St. Andrew's Christian College, Waverley Christian College, Wantirna South Primary School, Knox School, and there's also a campus of the Swinburne University of Technology. Now, with some other stats from the ABS, the male to female ratio is 47.9% to 52.1%. The median age is 42. There are 5,323 families. Average children per family 1.8. There are 7,098 dwellings. Average people per household 2.8. The median weekly household income is 1,624. The median monthly mortgage repayments is 1,900. The median weekly rent 391, and the average motor vehicles per dwelling is 2. For the registered marital status, married 55.2% compared to Victoria 48.4% and Australia 48.1%. Never married 30% compared to Victoria 35.5% and Australia 35%. Now, if you look at the education, I'll just pick the three highest percentages. So university 22.9% compared to Victoria 17.8% and Australia 16.1%. Now, if you go to primary government 15.1% compared to Victoria 17.2% and Australia 18.2%. And then secondary government 13.4% compared to Victoria 11% and Australia 11.5%. Now, for the highest level of educational attainment, bachelor degree and above 29.4% compared to Victoria 24.3% and Australia 22%. And the next one, the highest, is Year 12 18.5% compared to Victoria 15.9% and Australia 15.7%. Now, if we go to the top ancestry responses, English 19.8% compared to Victoria 22.6% and Australia 25%. Chinese 19% compared to Victoria 4.7% and Australia 3.9%. Australian 16.2% compared to Victoria 21.1% and Australia 23.3%. Now, country of birth. Australia 53.7% compared to Victoria 64.9% and Australia 66.7%. Other top responses are China 8.3% compared to Victoria 2.7% and Australia 2.2%. Malaysia 4.9% compared to Victoria 0.8%, and Australia 0.6%. Now the country of birth of parents, both parents born overseas 55.8% compared to Victoria 38.5%, and Australia 34.4%. Both parents born in Australia 31.4% compared to Victoria 44.1%, and Australia 47.3%. Now, religious affiliation. Those without religion 29% compared to Victoria 31.7% and Australia 29.6%. Catholic 18.6% compared to Victoria 23.2% and Australia 22.6%. Language, top responses. Mandarin 11.7% compared to Victoria 3.2% and Australia 2.5%. So there's a lot of Mandarin speaking here. Cantonese 6.8% compared to Victoria 1.3% and Australia 1.2%. Sinhalese 1.9% compared to Victoria 0.6% and Australia 0.3%. Now, employment. Those who work full-time 57.5% compared to Victoria 57% and Australia 57.7%. Unemployed, below average 6.2% compared to Victoria 6.6% and Australia 6.9%. Now if you go to professionals, the occupation 26.5% compared to Victoria 23.3% and Australia 22.2%. Clerical 15.7%, Victoria 13.3% and Australia 13.6%. Managers 13.6% compared to Victoria 13.5% and Australia 13%. Now, travel to work. Car as a driver 69% compared to Victoria 61.8% and Australia 61.5%. Train 3.2% compared to Victoria 5.8% and Australia 4.6%. Dwelling structure. Separate house 79.7% compared to Victoria 73.2% and Australia 72.9%. Semi-detached terrace townhouse 17.7% compared to Victoria 14.2% and Australia 12.7%. Flat or apartment 2.4% compared to Victoria 11.6% and Australia 13.1%. So if you go in Wantirna South, you'll be looking at either a separate house or a townhouse because there's a lot less flats or apartments in the area. Now the number of bedrooms. 1 bedroom 2.9% compared to Victoria 5.1% and Australia 5%. 2 bedrooms 10.8%, Victoria 19.3%, Australia 18.9%. 3 bedrooms 35.8%, Victoria 44% and Australia 41.1%. Now 4 or more bedrooms, this is the highest, 48.4%, almost half, compared to Victoria 28.8% and Australia 32.2%. So I mean, with that stat, with that figure, you can safely assume that many houses would be big houses because they have 4 or more bedrooms. Now the tenure. So those who own outright 38.4% compared to Victoria 32.3% and Australia 31%. Own with a mortgage 36.9% compared to Victoria 35.3% and Australia 34.5%. Those who rent 18.4% compared to Victoria 28.7% and Australia 30.9%. So, most people here actually own their own houses either outright or with a mortgage. Now with the rent per week, 391 compared to Victoria 325 and Australia 335. So the rent here is a bit expensive compared to the average. Now the monthly mortgage repayments 1900 compared to Victoria 1728 and Australia 1755. So it's also expensive here, the monthly repayments for a mortgage. That's it guys, thanks a lot, and you can also follow me on Instagram, the Australian Suburbs, and enjoy the rest of the video.
turn.